Hey folks, Species 7 here, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 2013. We're on the old family farm, and I'm going to see about getting a little bit of our corn down here, as we have these two big fields of it still standing. Whoops. Yeah. Okay. Looked for a minute there like there was nothing going in the trailer. That would not do. Oh, right, this thing cuts grass as well. I forgot about that. It doesn't seem to care what it's putting in there. Mixing grass and corn together like there was no tomorrow. Ha! Amazing. Well, there you go. But at least it's going to get our corn down. I almost feel like this thing's maybe running a little bit faster than it should be. And it's only cruise 2. So if anybody watching my channel happened to catch there today, I've had today, it won't be today, yesterday I guess it would be by the time you guys see this video, I posted my first video in a new series for a new farming simulator game. I strongly recommend, if you haven't seen it yet, go have a look, or if you don't want to watch mine, well, I'm sure there's a few other people that managed to get it up on first day. But it's called Professional Farmer 2014, and wow, what a good game. Oh, we seem to be done here. Stop, machine. You're cutting grass for no reason. So what does this thing hold? 7,000, eh? Might have wanted a little bit bigger trailer. Huh. And okay, the trailer says it's holding chaff. So okie dokie. At least now we know. So yeah, Professional Farmer 2014. Wow. What a good simulator. Oddly enough, by UIG, the people that have brought us the buggiest simulators that have ever been seen. I tell ya. I just want to check these two silos over here. I think it's grass and silage that they take, but I don't remember, so let's have a look. Grass silo. You can store grass here. To get it back out, drive under the spout. Alright, well. And, no, chaff. Oh. Okay. But I suppose I probably should actually start it on the road to silage. Alrighty. But nice to know. So you can store chaff. My God, that's a big silo. Ah, look out, chicken. Ooh. Okay. Well, now we have 24 chickens. And there we go. There's our dump sign. Oh, look at that. Holy smokes. Well, ain't that some tricky stuff. Pretty small trailer, though. We're only, there we go, 2%. But still, hey, what the heck, right? 2% is 2%. And we're just going to go over it once more to compact it a little bit. So yeah, I'm really liking this other simulator game. Don't worry, I will not be dropping this this series. The other, the Pleasant Valley one, I might bring to a close fairly soon. Because in all honesty, it's just too much to manage. As amazing as it is, there's much really cool stuff with the scales and the digital silos and all of that. For every half-hour episode you guys see me put up, I've probably worked fields for 4 or 5 hours of real time. You know, just so that I wouldn't have to have, because I could literally post, you know, 5 half-hour episodes of just harvesting one field. So, I think I'm going to pick a little bit. Oops. Did that go on? Oh, no, I probably need to be on that tool, and then... There we go, that's the horrible noise I was looking for. So, yeah, it's really, really a tough farm to manage as a single player. I could, I suppose, course play everything and all of that, but in all honesty, that... Although it does get you away from some jobs, like if I want to sell a product or something, but it doesn't in any way really speed up, you know, getting a field half the size of, you know, you know, half the size of Hawaii or something, harvested or planted or cultivated. It doesn't speed any of that up, and those are the time takers in that thing. Alright, as a multiplayer map, boy, I can't think of a nicer one. And like I say, just all the little extras on it, right down to the ATV park. Now, I mean, again, especially as a single player, if you're actually working the map, you're never going to have time to even see the inside of that park. Which, by the way, if you're looking for horseshoes, you need to make time to see the inside of that park. I'm not sure how many I found in there now, but quite a few. Quite a few. So. And we've almost got our second trailer. This could take a little while. This ain't the biggest gear in the world, but I suppose that's the whole idea, isn't it? And it's kind of too bad that we don't really have the money for it right now, because I did find a really neat mod, a harvester mod, but it's really quite cool. I can't even remember the name. Here, let's just stop for a second and have a look. It's not a tipper harvesters. Here we go. This guy here, the SK5M1 Neva. Alright. You know, it doesn't hold a whole lot, 3,000 liters. You know, it's only 140 horse. You can harvest, well, pretty much everything, including mown hemp and dinkel. Which, let's face it, it's about time we had a mown hemp dinkel harvester. But the cool thing is what it comes with, you know. We've got two different types of cutters that do two basically different sort of jobs. We've got the corn cutter, but here's where it gets really kind of neat. You've got a harvester stacker, and what this does is collects the grain, like the straw, so you don't have to go over it again behind you with another instrument to pick up your straw. You attach this to the back of the combine and it actually picks up the straw for you. So you not only get the grain that you're cutting down, you get your straw in one pass. Or, with this unit, you can turn that same straw into round bales while you're driving your harvester. And it even spits them out automatically when they're full. So, pretty cool. And this one just sort of allows you to leave the tailings. If you have some reason that you would prefer to pick them up some other way, then this unit allows you to spray them out on the ground. So, really neat unit. But, yeah, 70K, and then we're looking at, you know, either 12 or 8 there. So, yeah, $100,000 to get that guy underway. So, we ain't gonna have $100,000. Probably not for a day or two. Oops. And there we go, cutting again when the trailer's full. Darn. Darn, darn, darn. That's such a waste. Alright. We'll go flip this one off in the silage. I guess this might take a while, folks. You know that. Now, I believe that Junior Schluter over here. Lord, I like this tractor, man. This is a tractor's tractor, you know what I mean? So, I do believe he's waiting to flex his muscles on this field, so let's just do that. And so yeah, not only did I get to check out a brand new farming simulator and then post a start of a brand new walkthrough and let's play on it, but the day that this video goes up, I will be recording another brand new farming simulator game. So I know it's like Christmas, I tell you. Oh wait, it's Black Friday. But yeah, and this one looks pretty darn promising too. It is, I've seen others in this series, but they've never been in English. They've always been strictly German games. So I have high hopes for this one. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, either the day after this video goes up or the day after that, that series should be started as well. So yeah, I'm going to be pretty busy with 3 farming series going. Though, as I say, I will kind of likely, you know, not be running the 2013 series anymore. And since this one is so much easier to deal with, and yet still includes, let's face it, the really sort of more important things, like you get to do the animal bit and all that. So that's kind of nice, because I really do like that, and I really, you know, really wonder when Giants is going to come to the understanding that that's a big part of these simulators. You know, and one of the reasons that Agricultural Simulator always was so high on people's list, even though it didn't work very well, was just the fact that it included a heck of a lot more detail. So, now, I'm going to do speed 1 again. This tractor is, probably because of the little narrow front tires, but yeah, it's not exactly the most steady thing to ever troll its way across the dirt, let me tell you. So, there we go. Yeah, I'm not sure how much we could haul, but I'm really starting to think this trailer's a little small for our cornfields. But we shouldn't have to do this too many times, and then hopefully, I'm only going to do 1 field of corn next time. I certainly don't see a need for 2. We can make much better use of the acreage we have, at least in my opinion. Further down the line, of course, as we're looking to make more silage, etc., then we may want to go back to more than 1 field. But I think that's really going to do us. So, how are we doing here? 60%. Uh-oh. I'm so confused. There we go. Alright, don't know that we'll quite make it to the other end, so I'll have to try and pay attention this time. It's not my strong point, though. Okay. It's a pretty funny thing. I love this little town, but, you know, I've used public transport when I lived down in the city, and it's kind of a real miserable thing to deal with. I mean, it's really crowded. It's, you know, you're guaranteed to pick up 2 or 3 different cold or flu viruses a week, etc., etc. Yeah, you know how it is. But, so here in this little town, most of the time the bus, they got some pretty darn newish buses, so that's kind of nice. And most of the time they're pretty darn empty. The only problem with them is they run so seldom. So I had to go in and have me poor old arthritic bones x-rayed today. And unfortunately, with the lack of routes and the lack of how many times those routes are run, I left my house at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon today, and Only had to walk about a half a block down to the bus stop, which is good, because it's about a half a block before I start hurting pretty good. And then, of course, closest bus stop that the bus from where I live goes towards the hospital, where the x-ray is probably a good half mile. Yeah, so I end up having to walk a half a mile to the hospital. Yeah, spend 15 minutes in there, getting a few x-rays taken, because again, I mean, being a small town, it's not like there's 600 people lined up at the door for x-rays, so, you know, as long as you show up for your appointment reasonably on time, it's usually a pretty quick thing. But, yeah, then to catch a bus that goes back the opposite way to where I live is even further than the one I had to take to get in there. So, and by the time I get to the bus stop, I get to sit there on the concrete bench for damn near an hour and a half, because it's sort of the shift change from the busy part of the day to the evening shifts, and they kind of skip a bus in between. So there's like no bus between 3:30 and about 5 o'clock. So yeah. So all in all, it's thank God, might as well live in the city if it's going to take that long to do something that simple, you know. But I guess it ain't that bad. It's not like you got to do that sort of thing every day, thank goodness. So, but anyway, guys, it's going to take me a little longer than I kind of thought to do up this field. I sometimes forget that this little kid might be a really cool piece of machinery, but by guppy, she ain't very big. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to finish these. So that's what we will have done when we meet again. These two fields will be harvested. And as I say, please check out my other series, The Professional Farmer. And the other one, which I'll give you a hint now, is called The Planner, The Farm. So, until we see you in one of those, or back on my next one of these, take care of each other's folks. This has been Species 7, and ciao for now.